Clive Lloyd's peaceful fishing trip near Branston Golf Course took a strange turn when he snapped something eerie on camera. He was by the River Trent, taking photos for a local angling group, when something odd happened. The air was damp that day, and the first photo came out misty, so he quickly took another one. Both pictures were taken just seconds apart, but they ended up looking very different. When Clive got home and looked at the photos properly, he noticed a faint, ghost-like figure standing across the river in the clearer image. What exactly he captured remains a mystery. It was supposed to be just another routine catch for the fisherman. He reeled in a fish and got to work unhooking it. But as he handled the fish, this happened.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, bro. There's a fucking snake crawling out of the fish's mouth, bro. Oh my Jesus.
A live snake slithered right out of its mouth. The fish had eaten it recently, but somehow the snake had survived inside. Not something you would expect. While fishing along the California coastline, a beachgoer spotted an old jar buried in the sand. Curious, they pulled it out, only for a tightly wrapped object to slip from inside. After sharing their discovery online, the reaction was anything but lighthearted. Many believed it resembled a cursed object, often linked to black magic rituals meant to trap negative energy or bind spirits. According to superstition, disturbing such items could invite misfortune or even supernatural disturbances. Viewers urged them to rebury it or perform a cleansing ritual. Let's hope they did, just in case. A man was fishing when something strange caught his eye in the water. Two pale, twisted shapes floating just beneath the surface. They looked almost like skeletons, tangled together, lifeless. People nearby guessed. Mermaids, fish remains, sea trash, but none of it really fit. The man couldn't reach the shapes, so he left them alone. He just recorded the thing. Since that day, no one's seen anything like them again. A man was out fishing when suddenly a massive dark tornado formed, getting eerily close.
There is a tornado, like, right near me. Do you see this? We're still catching fish.
Despite its terrifying presence, he remained astonishingly calm, holding the camera steady while continuing to fish. Fortunately, the tornado stayed far from residential areas, causing no damage. But imagine the disaster if it had suddenly changed course. A group of fishermen spotted something unusual out in the open sea. As they got closer, they realized what it was. A young girl floating alone on a unicorn float, eerily calm despite being stranded in the vast ocean. A missing child report from a nearby beach flashed in their minds, and it all clicked. She must have drifted away while playing. Without wasting any time, they maneuvered toward her, carefully pulling her aboard. The girl was safely returned to her family. It was an overcast day, not too bright, and a family was just relaxing by the shore. While taking a photo of their daughter, something unsettling appeared in the frame. a strange pitch-black shadow right behind her. There was no clear source for it, and nothing around that could cast such a distinct, dark shape. It stood out unnaturally against the surroundings. Was it just a glitch, or something else? While fishing in Florida, this happened.
You know there's no fishing on this property, right?
Hey, how about we try mind your business on my mind?
Oh, really? Oh, bastard.
Hey, what is wrong with you?
I like people who follow the goddamn rules on this property. That's what's wrong. Call the cops. I'm going to. I'm going down to the office.
A woman suddenly tried to shove a man into the water, claiming he was fishing where he wasn't allowed. The man barely reacted. The whole thing lasted just a few seconds, and fortunately, he stayed calm. But what would you have done in his place? This fisherman from China caught something truly unexpected. A fish with no belly or visible internal organs. The most popular explanation, shared by user Spooky Science Gal, suggests the phenomenon is due to hollow belly, a condition caused by parasites, bacterial infections, or pollution that prevents the fish from properly absorbing nutrients. This footage was posted on May 11, 2025 by the YouTube channel Deer River Wild, known for peaceful cabin builds and snowy hikes. But this time, things took a creepy turn. While checking trail cams around his remote, he saw this. A man, bundled up, casually walking into frame. He didn't look lost. He circled the cabin, entered, looked around. No damage, no theft, just trespass. For a place days from civilization, the visit felt deeply unsettling. Who was he, and what was he doing out there? This story goes that a group of friends caught a shark on a beach and took a photo, only to later notice a little ghost girl in the background. One commenter claimed the photo had been featured in a podcast where the host shared the eerie history of the location. According to him, the beach was the site of a recent plane crash, and local believes it's so haunted that even mediums avoid it. The spirits there allegedly don't realize they're dead. He even noted that the girl in the picture appeared burned and disheveled, adding fuel to the theory. Yet, no matter how much people dig into it, the truth remains elusive. Tim Shattuck, a 54-year-old Australian fisherman, and his dog Bella set off from Mexico's Baja Peninsula, aiming to sail across the Pacific to French Polynesia. But just weeks into the journey, disaster struck. A violent storm destroyed his catamaran's electronics, leaving them stranded with no way to navigate or call for help. For 3 long months, they drifted through open waters. Finally, a helicopter from a tuna fishing company spotted their battered boat.
Hi, sir. Do you speak English? Yeah. How are you doing? You okay? Hi, my name is Andres. We need to know if you have any drugs or weapons on board.
No, I have no drugs or weapons.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, yeah, you can check everything. So.
You need to make sure you don't have any weapons or drugs on you, right?
Yeah, sure. I just got fishing gear, survival gear.
Okay, do you have a knife on you? Can I get it, please? No, we don't bag. Take it out, please. Okay, can I get your name, please?
Tim Shaddock.
Okay, where are you from?
Oh, you're
I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording, okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Yeah. Do you have the date of your departure?
Yes, I departed Mexico on...
Where from Mexico?
La Paz.
La Paz?
The crew tossed him a drink and dispatched a speedboat for the rescue. Tim survived by eating raw fish and collecting rainwater. Now, after an ordeal few could even imagine, Tim has finally returned home to Australia to reunite with his family once again. This video, taken by a fisherman, quickly went viral online, sparking curiosity among viewers. Commenters soon identified the culprits as Nazarius snails, scavengers known for swiftly emerging from the sand to feed on decaying matter. While some found the phenomenon unsettling, others found it oddly satisfying. Two young girls stand in the ocean under a dark night sky. They seem carefree, unaware of anything unusual, but the camera captures something they couldn't see. Behind them, barely noticeable at first, a figure stands half submerged, its glowing eyes piercing through the darkness. Some might dismiss it as a reflection or distant lights, but if that's the case, what about the figure's body? Could it just be an animal, or did they capture something more mysterious? A group of people were fishing under a bridge, when, out of nowhere, this happened.
Oh! Oh! Are you alright?
You alright, dude?
Yo, I'm good.
A huge chunk of ice came crashing down from about 50 feet above them. It could have been a disaster, but somehow they walked away unhurt. They were lucky to dodge it. A man was filming a fishing video on the Potomac River near Washington, D.C. when he noticed something strange in the water. It appeared to be a head with long black hair flowing, sticking out from the surface. At first he couldn't quite process what he was seeing, but then, with growing dread, gave it a small poke.
That was, I'm shaking right now. Okay, so I was working this bank here. I was pulled up here, just throwing spinnerbait or whatever. And I looked down and I saw this. That's freaky. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. What does that look like to you? Because to me that looked pretty freaky. Like a head of something. Dude, what is happening? Look at this thing. This is nasty.
But when he prodded further, the artificial neck joint popped loose and it turned out to just be a mannequin. It was a disturbing sight, but at least nothing tragic. Still, the question lingered. Why was a blindfolded mannequin head left in the woods? Had someone been acting out sinister fantasies? As he looked around, something else caught his eye.
There's all... what is that? Check this. Oh my God. Look at this. This is so freaky. Look at that behind the log. It's a doll. Dude, this is not right. This place is not right. Look at that freaky thing. I'm out of here. If I keep looking. So it's high tide. It's a flood tide. You can know that there's all this debris out here. Like everything's flooded. So it's kind of sad. There's so much litter and plastic and junk and garbage floating down this river right now. But yeah, I think we're done with this bank. I'm out of here.
Uneasy, he left in a hurry. While filming the tranquil beach scenery, this woman experienced something unusual. In the background, a strange anomaly appeared, something moving incredibly fast, almost too quick to notice. It was only when the footage was slowed down that a disc-like object became visible. At the same moment, her hair inexplicably rose straight up, defying the natural flow of the wind. Could these two events be connected? A bizarre atmospheric disturbance. A group of fishermen found a man stranded in the middle of the ocean off the coast of Belize, sitting calmly in a tiny floating spot, as if he had all the time in the world. Despite being in a life or death situation, he showed no signs of panic, an unusual sight for someone lost at sea. The circumstances of how he ended up there remain unclear, but what stood out was his almost surreal composure. Fortunately, help arrived in time, pulling him from isolation back to safety. Who was this man? A massive Mola fish head washed ashore, its flesh brutally torn apart by something far larger. The sheer size of the head alone was shocking, but what truly sent chills down the spine were the deep, jagged bite marks covering it, evidence of a monstrous predator lurking beneath the waves. Some speculated that a ship's propeller could have caused damage, pointing to the clean cuts on its skin. But the brutal nature of the wounds told a different story. It seemed far more likely that something from the depths had made a meal of it, a creature even more terrifying than the remains it left behind. A couple was out magnet fishing in Queens, New York, when they reeled in something surprisingly heavy. They pulled up an old, muddy safe from the water, not expecting much inside.
Is it soft? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's money.
No way.
Yeah,
No way.
it's
No
just
way.
destroyed money.
No way.
Yep. Oh,
Oh!
oh, it is. Stacks of bills, dude. Hundreds. Oh my God. Woo! We just found like $1,000 here, dude. Guys,
No way.
there's nothing we can really do with them. I'm gonna have to send it to the government. Look at this. Stacks of hundreds. Hundreds, guys. This is the find of our lives. Oh my God. Oh, there's another stack.
No
Oh
way.
my God. Babe, more money. Holy shit, guys. It's all hundreds.
Oh my God.
Oh, we have like $20,000 here. Stacks, baby.
But to their shock, it was packed with cash, around $80,000 in total. For them, it was the catch of a lifetime. The NYPD confirmed they could keep the money, and if the bills weren't too damaged, the bank could still replace them. Still, questions lingered. Whose money was it? Why was it dumped in the water? And was it stolen? They never got any answers. But at this point, that doesn't seem to bother them. A man was walking along the riverbed when he stumbled upon what looked like a corpse. But as he got closer, he realized it was just a homemade doll. The eerie figure had been crafted using insulating foam, PVC tubes, and a prop head. Who would create something so disturbing only to toss it into the water? A Reddit user once took a solo walk on the beach during a full moon night a few years ago. At the time, everything felt peaceful and nothing seemed unusual, but only recently did they notice something strange in a photo from that night. In the bottom right corner of the image, a dark humanoid figure appeared. The user was certain no one had been that close to them. But of course, there's always the possibility that it was just another person. David Breckenridge Doyle was out fishing with his kids when things suddenly took a turn.
Fuck! Ow, ow, ow! Don't move! No. It's okay, it's okay. Accidents happen. It's not a big deal. No, you don't trouble. Accidents happen. Don't move. Willow, do you not see what you just did? You pierced my nose with the fishing pole. I don't know yet. I can't even see. Right now I'm gonna cut the line. Ah! It's not your fault, Willow. I walked up behind you while you were casting. It's okay, guys. Don't freak out. Ah! Yeah, that just happened.
But instead of panicking or getting upset, he stayed calm and handled the situation like a pro. The way David kept his cool during such a tense moment really shows what a solid, level-headed parent he is. A man jumped off the dock without thinking twice, but the moment he hit the water, regret set in.
See if he can make it.
Speed up, doggy! Speed!
You got it. You got it. You got it. Don't go. You got it.
You almost there. Keep going. Paddle, paddle. You're almost there.
All right. Thank you.
He tried swimming back, pushing with all his strength, but it felt like something was working against him. Every time he got close to the dock, the water seemed to push him back. Eventually, he made it out, exhausted but relieved. This man was enjoying a quiet morning in nature when he took a photo near a lake on Vancouver Island. The water was perfectly still, its surface undisturbed, but in the first image, unexplained ripples appeared, despite no visible source. Puzzled, he took a second photo just moments later. The photo revealed a faint figure on the left side, partially reflected in the water. Sunlight glinted off its head, giving it an eerie, almost spectral appearance. The third and final image showed nothing. No ripples, no figure, nothing. The photos were taken in quick succession, with no sign of manipulation, leaving the mysterious apparition completely unexplained. On a Romanian beach, a group of fishers spotted a skeletal figure emerging from the waves. Curious, they moved in for a closer look, but they were terrified by what they saw. The skull had human-like features. Its upper body resembled a person, but the lower half was unmistakably fish-like. It looked eerily like a mermaid's remains. Was it just a prop, or something far more mysterious? A group of friends were out on a frozen lake ready to fish. In one small spot, they noticed the water was visible, so they decided to cast their lines there. But instead of catching a fish, they pulled up something entirely unexpected.
That is nuts.
Dude, it's huge. Oh,
Dude, what the f***?
Oh, I felt so bad.
The eerie yet spectacular find left them speechless. A man was fishing alone near a swamp when he noticed something unusual.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
It kept shifting shapes, making it seem alive, almost like someone covered in a blanket of grass. But it also resembled a natural formation filled with air. Unable to identify it, the man was too creeped out to investigate further and left the place with only a video. This recent incident in Miami, Florida was caught on camera from 2 angles, one by a bystander, the other through CCTV footage.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Bram! Call 911! Call 911!
A speedboat went out of control, slamming into several docked boats before flipping over. The adult operating the boat had let a young child sit on his lap and steer. The child accidentally hit the throttle, sending the boat flying. It was a reckless decision that could have turned deadly. Fortunately, no one was seriously injured. Kenny, a passionate traveler, loves sharing his outdoor adventures with his viewers on his YouTube channel, Kenny of All Trades. On March 2nd, 2024, he set up camp by a peaceful lake, planning to ice fish.
Out of nowhere, the flasher completely lit up. And I'm thinking, is that all fish? But looks like it's just bubbles coming to the surface. There we go. There we go. What do we got? Sunny. Awesome. These are smelling delicious. I think it's time to come out. All right, taste test time. Look at that. Believe me, that's gonna be good.
After catching a few fish and preparing for dinner, everything seemed perfect. But as night falls and he prepares for bed, this happens.
This is strange. I came outside. Holy buckets. It's like 11:30 at night. Someone completely unloaded a magazine out here. At first I thought it was the lake, but no, not after that. What the heck?
The sound of shots echo through the air, getting closer. Then, just as suddenly, the shooting stops. Who or what could be out there? And what was going on? Nervous and unsure, Kenny locks himself inside his RV, hoping the night will pass peacefully. Luckily it does, but Kenny is left wondering, what really happened that night? These guys were fishing when they caught something completely unexpected. A shark. It was an exciting moment, but in the heat of the excitement, this happened.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
You have it around.
Anything could have happened to him at that moment, but luckily he managed to grasp a rock and make it out unharmed. This couple was enjoying a day in Fern Canyon, deep within the California redwoods. They took multiple pictures of the breathtaking scenery, but in one of them, they accidentally captured something strange. A glowing figure stood in the distance, yet they were completely alone. The eerie stillness of the canyon made the discovery even more unsettling. Who or what did they photograph? Two men were fishing with their dogs by the seaside in Zacamulco, Mexico, enjoying what started as a calm and peaceful night. But then, something strange happened.
Menos mal que traigo mi primera comunión.
Los lamentos pues no me han espantado tanto porque pues ya es algo, bueno, no es como, a pesar de que no son tan cotidianos.
A chilling, unearthly sound echoed from over the ocean. Suddenly, 3 shadowy shapes emerged from the mist on the water, only to vanish moments later. Their dogs went wild, barking at the ocean as if they sensed something the men couldn't see. Locals believe it could have been La Llorona, the ghostly woman cursed to wander near water, forever crying for her lost children. While fishing in the open ocean, a person noticed unusual shapes moving in the distance.
Unos espíritus andando. ¿Sí los ven o soy yo nomás? ¿Sí los ven? ¿Ven los espíritus caminando?
Veo varios.
Su madre. Qué playa tan más rara, ¿eh?
¡Ahí vienen!
Mira las gaviotas ahí pasando. Corre, corre, corre.
The footage reveals shadowy figures seemingly walking across the water, despite no visible islands or land nearby. The observer insists that nothing should be there. With no clear explanation, the mystery remains open to interpretation. While exploring a beach in Kauai, a Reddit user found something unexpected.
We are not sure what we found. I mean, Amber found it, but I've been helping digging because this is pretty cool. So at the edge where Amber's feet are, though, kind of it goes into a
Corner.
a what, Amber?
Corner.
Like a corner. So we don't know if it's like a door or what, but we haven't found the end of it. And all we have is that shovel.
And it's deep.
We have is that shovel in our hands, and it's taking a while. We're trying to see if we see any writing on it or something.
Nothing here.
We need a big ass shovel. But this is pretty cool though, I mean.
Yeah.
Thought it was an anchor at first, but since it's a
It's got a line going. This is
square, we're not for sure. It could be a box or a shipping container.
A massive concrete structure buried deep beneath the sand. Even after hours of digging, its bottom remained out of reach. As daylight faded, they had no choice but to abandon the attempt, leaving only a portion exposed. No markings, no inscriptions, nothing to hint as its origin or purpose. The sheer size and mystery of the structure left everyone wondering, what could be hidden beneath the sand? If you have any theories, share them in the comments. While enjoying a quiet night fishing with a friend, this man captured something terrifying. In the photo, just beyond the reach of the waves, a dark figure stands. Tall, still, human-shaped, but far too deep in the water for anyone to be standing safely. The eerie part, neither of them saw anything out there while fishing. No splashes, no movement, no voice calling out. They only noticed the figure after looking through the photos later that night. So what did they really capture? A trick of the light? A lost fisherman from the past? A woman and her family were walking along the beach after fishing when strange things started to unfold. The street lights began flickering, only in one spot, and near the water stood a woman in a white dress, completely still, like it was somehow connected. Too scared to go alone, she urged 2 guys to check it out. Tension builds, but just as they get close, the video cuts off.
Olha os meninos gritando pra ela. Olha lá.
Será que ele se aproxima?
Eu vou descer só pouquinho aqui. Eu dou zoom.
Parece que eu já tô tranquila.
Aí agora eles vão começar a jogar areia nela. Não faz isso não! Pergunta se ela tá bem! Não faz isso não, moço. Pergunta se ela tá bem.
No clue who filmed it, who the woman was, or what happened when they approached her. At first, it didn't seem staged. Her reaction looked genuinely scared. But when the video cuts off like that, the doubts start creeping in. It was around 10 p.m. when a group of friends were hanging out by the beach in their small town in Mexico. They snapped a few photos to capture the moment, just the four of them and the ocean behind. But later, when they looked closer, they noticed something chilling. There were faces in the background. They swear the photo wasn't edited. It's exactly how it was taken. So who, or what, was out there with them that night? A man was out fishing in the middle of a river when he noticed something strange floating nearby. At first, he couldn't quite make it out, but as he got closer, he realized it was a sloth, struggling to stay afloat. Without wasting any time, he pulled the animal onto his boat, likely saving it from drowning. When the video was first uploaded online without any context, viewers were baffled. Many thought the sloth was some kind of bizarre aquatic creature. But once the full story came out, it became clear what had really happened. Thanks to this man's quick thinking, the sloth got a second chance. Sloths aren't exactly built for swimming, and this one definitely got lucky. In a quiet South African town, a strange sighting had locals buzzing with excitement. A mysterious creature, resembling a mermaid, was seen emerging from the water. Some were convinced it was real, while others speculated it could be a siren, one of the mythical beings said to lure sailors with their enchanting presence. But while believers saw proof, skeptics pointed to its unnatural movement, suspecting a costume or clever editing. Are you a believer or a skeptic? Matt Bullock was filming the quiet nighttime scenery with a night vision camera at Jacksonville Beach Pier, Florida, when something strange appeared in the sky.
Recording. Awesome. Gotta get your finger out.
Whoa! You
there
see
it?
it?
Is. Yep.
What is that? What in the world is that? It's just like hovering and pulsating. What? How? I don't understand what is going on. That was a trip.
An odd light darted across the frame, moving too quickly and erratically to be a drone or plane. It dipped near the water, hovered for a moment as if scanning the area, then shot off and vanished. The uploader, a retired military man, later checked with his contacts and confirmed that there were no military flights, testing, or training exercises happening at the time. So, what was it? While fishing at the beach, this man noticed something strange moving in the ocean.
Bruh.
A long, dark figure gliding just beneath the surface. At first, he thought it might be driftwood, but as it rose, he could see the shape more clearly. A smooth, snake-like body, coordinated, deliberate, and very long. Some people dismissed it as floating debris, but the way it moved makes that hard to believe. The footage may be distant and a bit shaky, but what's visible suggests something big was lurking just offshore. In 2022, a Reddit user named ProfessionalHawk875 shared a peculiar photo taken at a Cape Cod beach. The image showed a figure emerging from the foggy waters, rising into the sky, an eerie, almost supernatural presence. How could this be just a trick of the light or pareidolia? It's so clearly a human shape. It has to be something. But what? After a quiet day of fishing, this man stopped by a public restroom nearby. As he stepped inside, this happened.
Yo, what the?
What the? Bro. There's nobody in here. Yo!
No sign of anyone, just silence. He stood there, confused and a bit shaken. The scream was real, too clear to be imagined, yet there was no one around. A man lowered a fish into an opening that led to a body of water below. Within seconds, this happened. Something yanked it so violently that only the fish's head remained in his hand. He couldn't see what did it. It could have been a pike or a barracuda. Both are known for fast, brutal bites. Maybe even an alligator or crocodile. Whatever it was, the man was lucky it missed his fingers. A group was fishing in the Florida Everglades when one of them stood by the boat, tossing fish into the water. Suddenly, the water shifted and a dark shape appeared beneath the surface.
2 seconds won't do anything.
Get him, get him, get him, get him!
Before he could react, a giant shark shot out of the water and grabbed his arm. Fortunately, the shark let go shortly after. His friends quickly pulled him back onto the boat, and that was enough for all of them. They were done with the water for the day. Fishermen drove over 600 miles for an offshore fishing trip, chasing the thrill of the sea. But on the way back, about 25 miles from shore, the boat started sinking. The water was a chilling 56 degrees, cold enough to trigger hypothermia fast. Thankfully, the captain and first mate acted fast and kept everyone calm. Rescue came quickly and no one was hurt. They lost their gear and the fish they'd worked hard to catch, but that hardly mattered. It was a trip he wouldn't forget, for all the right reasons. A Reddit user from North Carolina shared a photo taken while swimming with his daughter. The water looked calm until he spotted something just ahead. Two mysterious fin-like shapes broke the surface. At first, many assumed it had to be a shark or a dolphin, but locals quickly chimed in, identifying it as a cownose ray, a species known to glide just beneath the surface with the tips of its fins poking above the water. They're especially common during seasonal migrations in the Pamlico Sound and nearby rivers. While fishing in the Florida Keys, a man captured something unusual on camera. As he cast his line, he noticed a pale bluish figure gliding beneath the surface. Unable to identify it, he quickly started filming. The creature moved gracefully through the water, passing right by his boat. He managed to record a few seconds of footage before it disappeared. Though the video is unclear, the figure's shape is still distinguishable, leading some to believe it could be a mermaid. Or is it a hoax? While out fishing one afternoon, this man noticed something strange moving on the ground. At first glance, it looked like a pile of tangled hair, but it was alive. Some believe it could be a parasite, possibly a cluster of horsehair worms, creepy creatures known for their unsettling, wiggling movements. Unfortunately, there's not much confirmed about what this really is. But whatever it was, it definitely left the man disturbed. In the early 90s, Elizabeth Ptolomeo snapped a picture of her husband fishing on Lake Dorothy Dunn in northern Wisconsin. It wasn't until later, after developing the film, that she noticed something. To the right of her husband, a young girl appeared in the photo, dressed in a pinafore and bonnet. Elizabeth recalled that the lake had once been a bustling logging spot, but during the plague, many children had died in the area. Was this girl's spirit one of those lost children still lingering around the lake? This video was captured at the edge of Victoria Falls. Tourists apparently like to go right up to the edge for the thrill. But even though it might look safe, getting swept in would mean a deadly drop no one could survive. Would you do it? A guy went magnet fishing one day. Most of what he pulled up was just junk, until he snagged an old knife, still in its sheath, looking like it hadn't seen daylight in decades. But it was the final throw that really shook him. He reeled in a stick, and attached to it was a creepy doll, its face covered in needles like some twisted voodoo artifact. When he checked the back of the doll, he found a small transparent bag tied to it. What could it be? He had no idea. Feeling freaked out, he hurried away, only to end up lost in a nearby cemetery, freaked out and alone. Thankfully, he eventually found his way out. While fishing at night off the coast of Scopello, Sicily, something strange was caught on camera. A glowing figure moved through the water. At first glance, it looked like a diver with a headlamp. But as it swam closer, the shape appeared all wrong. Long, serpent-like, with what looked like a visible spine running down its back. And it didn't move like any human swimmer. Was it just a diver captured at a strange angle, or did this fisherman film something unexplainable that night? During a late-night fishing trip around 2 a.m., this person sat alone by a quiet lake and snapped a photo, not thinking much of it. The night was still, silent, exactly what you'd expect that late. But when they looked at the photo later, they saw this. A dark, shadowy figure standing in the distance. They swear they were alone. So who or what was out there by the lake that night? After a surf session, this person reviewed their GoPro footage and spotted something no one ever wants to see. In one underwater frame, a massive shark glided past the camera. They hadn't seen or sensed anything in the water at the time, but that single image left them stunned. They walked away from the waves that day feeling very, very lucky. This photo, taken in June 2021 by a fisherman, features an octopus with far more legs than the usual 8. Dubbed the Mutant octopus online, the image quickly sparked speculation. Some blamed pollution, believing human waste in the ocean caused the mutation. Others saw it as a rare genetic anomaly. But without scientific confirmation, no one really knows for sure. And if such an unusual creature exists, could even larger, stranger beings be lurking in the depths, waiting to be discovered? A couple took a trip to Germany a few years ago, and while wandering near a quiet lake, they snapped a few pictures. But when they had the photos developed, one image stopped them cold. In the background, crouched low, was an eerie figure. The area had been completely deserted. They were sure of it. To this day, they can't explain who or what they captured in that photo. But one thing's certain, it left them deeply unsettled. At the edge of a steep cliff, someone noticed a few fishermen casting their lines into the raging waters below. The current slammed hard against the rocks. One slip could be fatal, but they stood their ground unfazed. The onlooker watched, both anxious and confused. Why would you fish there? A man was fishing deep in the forest when something unexpected shattered the quiet, peaceful atmosphere.
Whoa. What the heck?
There wasn't a soul around, just thick trees and still water. Whatever he heard, it shook him. He packed up quickly and left, later saying he had never heard anything like it before. In that moment, he felt completely vulnerable. In early 2025, a couple visiting La Comar Beach in Lima captured something eerie. While fishing and watching the sunset, they noticed a dark, shadowy figure walking across the water, as if it had solid ground beneath it. The area is known to be deep, making the sight even stranger. The figure resembled a person, but moved differently. The couple left more confused than relaxed. Their peaceful evening turned into a mystery. To this day, no one has been able to explain what they saw. A guy was fishing on the beach when he came across something seriously disturbing.
The crocodile head that washed up on the beach at St. Lucia. Just come stand close at my dolly just so people can see the size. Put your hand on its head. Enormous crocodile, it's bitten in half by a shark. I would estimate it's probably about 3.5 meters.
A giant crocodile head lying right near the shoreline. What made it even weirder was that crocodiles aren't usually found by the sea. So how did it end up there? Maybe a brutal fight in the wild, or something more mysterious. While on a fishing trip, this man captured something strange on his trail camera. For 3 nights in a row, a tall, thin, white shape appeared in the footage. The weirdest part? The dogs didn't react at all. If it were a person or an animal, wouldn't they bark? There was no clear explanation, no pole, no object that could cast such a shape. Paranormal activity or just a bizarre trick of the light? What do you think? While fishing at the beach, this person spotted a strange shape in the distance and quickly snapped a photo. At first, she assumed it was just the waves crashing against the rocks, but the shape was too clear, too deliberate to dismiss. It looked like something, or someone, was standing there. Many viewers claimed they could see 2 figures. She couldn't shake the eerie feeling that there was something more behind the scene. Could it be the spirits of 2 people who lost their lives to the sea? A Reddit user was on a fishing trip when he came across something strange and posted it online. A hermit crab, of all things, had crawled into a plastic doll's head instead of a shell. Hermit crabs usually go for seashells, but this one chose a much creepier look. If you were walking along the beach and saw that thing moving towards you, you'd definitely take a few steps back. This hiker had just set up camp near a river when, out of nowhere, he heard this.
What the heck am I hearing?
It didn't sound human, but it didn't sound like any animal he recognized either. Was it just a known creature in distress? He never found out what made that sound, and maybe that's for the best. In 2022, a TikToker named Kelly was exploring the Everglades in Florida when she spotted something weird. A snake-like figure she didn't recognize. She thought she'd found a brand new species. Do you have any idea what it could be? And for more fishing encounters, watch this next video.